and welcome to Greg's Channel 1. I am Greg and this is Channel 1. Now this is the Disney series, so welcome back. This is episode number 7. And this is the Three Caballeros. Now, I'll give you a bit of information before I get into this film, because I think this could be one of the lowest ratings I think I've ever given anything. I can only think of one thing, which might have been an anime off episode, where there's an episode of something that I ranked lower than this. But we'll get into that very, very shortly. IMDb rated it a 6.5, which isn't terrible. It's not great, but it ain't terrible. Rotten Tomatoes recorded it an 88%. Not bad. Not amazing. But still a pretty high score. Better than Saludos Amigos, which was the one previous. And it was released in 1944. So 2 years after Saludos Amigos. Now, clearly during this time, they were still quite hooked into the idea of Latin America. And they decided they were going to run with it in The Three Caballeros, because they bring back Joe Carioca. They bring him back for that. The Three Caballeros is only 1 hour 9 minutes long, but it feels a lot longer, purely because it doesn't really go anywhere. Now, it's clear that they were just trying to do, all this cool little fun little skits, but it went nowhere, and it felt like none of them had anything behind them. No story, no real plot, there wasn't anything meaty in any of the skits. So, Donald returns in this one, which is good continuity, because I liked Donald in the last one. It wasn't great, Saludos Amigos. This one wasn't much. There wasn't really much that I liked, to be honest, about this. I did feel a little sorry for Donald, because it was Friday the 13th. Yay! What a day to have your birthday. It's pretty much Donald's birthday. He's opening his presents. One of them is and it's movie reel, like the old movie reels where you'd get the tape, and you'd attach it to the machine, and they'd roll it through, and they'd play it square by square, frame by frame. And the music's quite uplifting, which I thought was quite nice. That's always something that I've always quite liked about Disney so far, is at least the music is good. They make a reference to Saludos Amigos, which I thought was quite nice, because at least there's a bit of that little bit of continuity there. Because Donald, Joe, the reference back to Latin America, like I said earlier. Now, they go into this little story about Pablo the Penguin. And this was quite a nice little bit, and I thought, okay, maybe the Three Caballeros is going to be alright. Joe Carioca came back. They did like a Gauchito, they did like a narrator guy who's talking about him being a young boy, wanting to be a gaucho, kidnapping and taking ownership of a donkey with wings, and then won loads of money and then got chased away. What? Was my simple response. Oh yeah, and Pablo the Penguin, pretty much he's a penguin in the cold, wanting to be warm, gets to the warm, and dreams about going back home. Never satisfied. That's probably one of the nicest little bits there. Donald Donald Duck is the best part about this film. That and him and the music. We get a mini story from Joe in Brazil. Pretty good colour scheme. I did like that. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to mix the live action with the cartoon, because it didn't work. It did not work at all. It really annoyed me in a really strange way, because it felt like they were trying something that that was going to work in Mary Poppins, but here it just didn't work. It just didn't. I'm sorry, but it just didn't, and it hurt me because I really wanted this to do well, considering the fact that I rated Saludos Amigos 2.8 out of 5. You know, it pulled itself together with its last bit, which was Brazilian watercolor. This kind of struggled all the way through to keep itself afloat. Brought this Mexican bird character in. Couldn't quite catch the name, and then they never really mentioned it again. So, and gave a nice little bit of history about how Mexico was formed, which I thought was quite nice. A bit of a cultured story part, but that didn't feel like it fitted in because there seemed to be no logic at all behind this entire story, which was a shame. It got all cluttered. From the start of the Mexico story, it just got a bit cluttered, and I so wanted to like this film. And I will say the music was great, Donald Duck being fantastic as ever, but unfortunately, as a whole, it wasn't quite that good. Would I watch it again? I don't know. Maybe if I was with a friend, I probably would. Especially if they liked it. Anyway, that's my honest opinion. I want to hear what you guys think of the Three Caballeros. You know, let me know. Do you think it's a good film? Do you think I'm being too harsh? Or do you think I'm not being harsh enough? Let me know. Hit that like button. Click subscribe. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And I'll just let you know that I scored it 2.6 out of 5. I thought it was just above halfway, because there were things I liked in it. But as a whole, So anyway, keep an eye out for the next video, because the next video will be on Make Mine Music. Anyway, I've been Greg Chan1. You're my guys. See you later.